Hello viewers, and welcome to our channel. In today's video, we will delve into the extraordinary tale of a young boy who rose from humble beginnings to revolutionize the automotive industry with his groundbreaking invention. Prepare to be amazed as we uncover the incredible journey of the poor boy who invented the most luxurious car in the world. But before we start, make sure to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for regular updates. Let's get started. No one could have guessed that when this poor kid started messing around with engines, he would one day make some of the most expensive cars in the world. Frederick Henry Royce is his name, and he was born in Wilton, England in 1863. James and Mary had 5 kids, and he was the youngest. James and Mary ran a flower shop. James followed in his father's footsteps, but he didn't know how to run a business, so earnings were low, and the Royce family lived in poverty for many years. As things got worse, they had to declare bankruptcy in 1867. The family went to London in order to start over. Henry was only 4 years old when he got his first job. He scared birds away on a nearby farm for 6 pence a week. Then, in 1872, there was another disaster. Henry's dad has died. Even Henry, who was only 9 years old, had to help make ends meet. Henry's early life in poverty had a big effect on him, and he had only finished 1 year of school by the time he was 15. As a young teen, he went to work for the Great Northern Railway Works as a trainee. His aunt gave him some money, and even though he didn't go to school, Henry used every opportunity to learn. After he finished his training, Henry worked for a short time at a company in Leeds that made tools, and then for the Electric Light and Power Company in London. He moved again in 1882, this time to Liverpool. He kept working for the Electric Light and Power Company there. He really wanted to do engineering full-time, but he was only 22 when he started a business with another engineer. They called it F.H. Royce and Company, and for the next few years, they worked around the clock to make electrical items like doorbells and dynamos. As time went on, the business grew, and by 1894, they were also making electric cranes. But Henry began to be interested in other things. Even though Henry Royce is a big part of the Rolls-Royce story, the name of the brand says Charles Stewart Rolls, who was born in 1877 in London's wealthy Berkeley Square neighborhood. It's another guy we shouldn't forget. Lord and Lady Langataca's youngest child was Charles Rolls. He was interested in engineering from a young age, so he went to Cambridge to study mechanical engineering at Trinity College. In 1898, Charles started working on a steamboat and then for the London and North Western Railway. He was more interested in driving and sales, and with the help of his father, he opened one of Britain's first car shops in 1903. He named the business C.S. Rolls & Co. and spent the next 2 years buying and selling Peugeot and Minerva cars. When business was good, Charles used the money to pay for the sports he liked. When Charles was running his business, F.H. Royce & Company, his lasting love ended up costing him more than just money. Henry's interest in cars grew over time. His first car sold well, so he made another one and gave one away. Henry Edmunds was a friend of Rolls and a shareholder in Royce's business. Edmunds told Rory about it after he bought one of Rory's cars. At the time, Rolls was upset that his business could only sell things that came from abroad, so Edmunds set up a meeting. Edmunds didn't know at the time that the meeting would change the future of cars for good. As soon as he saw it, he knew it was what he had been looking for. He drove the car and agreed on the spot to buy as many cars as Rolls-Royce could make. The two guys were very different in age, and they also came from different backgrounds. When Royce was 41, Rolls was only 26 years old. Both Henry Rogers and Charles Rolls were very different, but they got along well. Because of how well they did with cars, they started the Rolls-Royce Company in 1906. Henry and Charles were busy making and selling cars, so Charles's partner, Claudia Johnson, took over as executive director. He knew that building the company's reputation was important, so he set up a number of publicity stunts to show how quiet and reliable Rolls-Royce cars were. One of his early ads for the 40 to 50 horsepower car called it the 6-cylinder Rolls-Roycino. It showed how well Rolls-Royce cars worked and made people around the world want to buy them. Marketing alone won't get you very far, and both Henry and Charles worked hard to make sure their goods were the best they could be. Charles bought a Wright Flyer airplane in 1910 and flew it more than 200 times. He was the first person to fly over the English Channel twice without stopping. But everything changed at a flying show in Bournemouth just 1 month later. Charles was only 32 years old when he died in a plane crash. He was the first person from his country to die in a plane crash. Because of his untimely death, the bond between Rolls-Royce and Rolls-Royce came to an end. Now that they were gone, it was up to Henry to carry on their work. Henry had a natural work ethic, and his original designs helped Rolls-Royce get a reputation for being a high-quality, well-engineered company. The company grew and started making things during the First World War. Charles once asked for jet engines, and the company did very well for the next 20 years. Henry's health kept getting worse, and in 1993, he died of problems with his digestive system. He died because he ate poorly as a child and worked too much all his life. He was mostly sick during many of his last years, but that didn't stop him from working. Still, his never-ending love for engineering and dedication to it won out, and he worked until the end. The name Rolls-Royce has always been well known in the engineering world. Rolls-Royce is one of the most popular luxury cars you can buy, and the name is known far beyond Great Britain, with over 130 shops in 40 countries. BMW owns Chrysler, but the brand is still best known for making some of the most expensive cars in the world, like the Rolls-Royce Cullinan Ghost, Phantom Wraith, and Dawn. Torsten Müller-Ötvös has been the CEO since 2010, and his leadership has key to the company's success. That's it for today. Did you know about all the people who have been involved with Rolls-Royce? What do you think should happen next? Tell us in the comments, and if you liked this video, you can find more interesting ones on our channel. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for regular updates.